These are the most terrible and scary games that exist on the internet, which will literally make you cry on the most difficult difficulties. I've included 15 games ranging from survival horror to action games, including stealth and puzzle elements. So without further ado, hit the subscribe button and let's take a look at the first game on our list. We start our list with a classic that has set the standard for modern horror games. Amnesia, The Dark Descent, developed by Frictional Games, plunges you into a dark, foreboding castle where the only thing more dangerous than the supernatural forces is your own fear. Playing from a first-person perspective, the game emphasizes survival over combat, creating an atmosphere of helplessness and dread. The game's mechanics focus on light and sanity, forcing you to manage your resources carefully as you uncover the castle's dark secrets. Even though it's over a decade old, Amnesia remains a must-play for horror fans, thanks to its gripping story and chilling atmosphere. Sebastian Castellanos returns in The Evil Within 2, a game that improves on its predecessor in every way. This survival horror game blends psychological horror with intense action, offering an open-world environment that's both expansive and filled with tension. The game's visuals are stunning, and the atmosphere is thick with dread. The Evil Within 2's narrative is compelling, with numerous side quests that delve deeper into the story. The monsters are grotesque and terrifying, ensuring that every encounter is nerve-wracking. If you're looking for a game that combines elements of Resident Evil's action and Silent Hill's psychological horror, this is the game for you. Both Alan Wake and its sequel, Alan Wake 2, deserve spots on this list. These games blend third-person action with a dark, atmospheric story. You play as Alan Wake, a writer whose stories start to come to life in terrifying ways. The game's combat mechanics are unique, relying on light to weaken enemies before you can take them down. Alan Wake's story is slow to start, but incredibly engaging, filled with twists and turns that will keep you hooked. The sequel continues this trend with improved graphics and even more intense action. If you enjoy narrative-driven horror with a touch of action, the Alan Wake series is perfect for you. Scorn is a game that stands out due to its grotesque and unique art style. This first-person horror adventure drops you into a nightmarish world filled with biomechanical horrors. The game's puzzles are challenging and often involve using your own body in disturbing ways. Scorn's atmosphere is oppressive and unsettling, making you feel like you're constantly in danger. The game's design is heavily inspired by the works of H.R. Giger, known for his work on the Alien franchise. If you're looking for a horror game that offers a truly unique experience, Scorn is a must-play. Alien. Isolation perfectly captures the feeling of being hunted by a relentless predator. Set in the Alien universe, you play as Amanda Ripley, daughter of Ellen Ripley, as she searches for her mother. The game's AI is what sets it apart. The alien learns from your actions and adapts, making each encounter unpredictable. The game's atmosphere is incredibly tense, with dark, claustrophobic environments and eerie sound design that keeps you on edge. Ammo and resources are scarce, forcing you to rely on stealth and quick thinking to survive. Alien. Isolation is a masterclass in survival horror, offering a truly terrifying experience. The Resident Evil series is a cornerstone of the survival horror genre. From the classic Resident Evil 2 remake to the more recent Resident Evil Village, each game offers a unique blend of horror, action, and puzzle solving. The Resident Evil 2 remake is particularly noteworthy for its incredible atmosphere and intense gameplay, while Resident Evil Village provides a gothic horror experience with a diverse array of enemies and environments. The series continually reinvents itself, ensuring that each new installment feels fresh yet familiar. If you're new to the series, starting with the remakes is a great way to dive into this legendary franchise. Until Dawn is a choice-based horror game that keeps you on your toes from start to finish. Set in a remote mountain lodge, you control a group of friends as they try to survive the night. The game's butterfly effect system means that your choices have real consequences, leading to multiple endings and numerous possible character deaths. The story is engaging, with plenty of twists and turns to keep you guessing. Until Dawn excels in creating tension with its cinematic presentation and excellent voice acting, adding to the immersive experience. If you enjoy narrative-driven horror with a focus on player choice, Until Dawn is a must-play. The Outlast series is infamous for its intense and graphic horror. The original Outlast and its sequel push the boundaries of the genre with their disturbing content and relentless enemies. You play as a journalist investigating a mysterious asylum in the first game and a cult in the second. The games are played from a first-person perspective, and you must rely on your wits and a night vision camera to survive. Outlast's atmosphere is suffocatingly tense, with an abundance of jump scares and unsettling imagery. The series is a true test of nerves and is not for the faint-hearted. SOMA, from the creators of Amnesia, combines survival horror with thought-provoking sci-fi elements. The game is set in an underwater facility where you wake up with no memory of how you got there. As you explore, you uncover a story that delves into themes of consciousness, identity, and what it means to be human. The game's atmosphere is haunting, with beautifully crafted environments that are both eerie and captivating. SOMA's story is its strongest aspect, delivered through environmental storytelling and voice recordings rather than traditional cutscenes. If you're looking for a horror game with a deep, engaging narrative, SOMA is an excellent choice. Before we reveal our #1 pick, here are a few bonus games. House of Ashes is the third installment in the Dark Pictures anthology series. This interactive drama horror game takes place during the Iraq War, where a military unit stumbles upon a buried Sumerian temple. The game combines psychological horror with historical elements, offering players intense decision-making scenarios that can lead to different outcomes for the characters. The atmosphere is filled with tension and dread as players navigate through dark, claustrophobic environments while facing supernatural threats. The Quarry is a narrative-driven horror game where you control a group of teenagers who are counselors at a summer camp. The story unfolds as the group encounters horrifying events and must make choices that affect who survives and who doesn't. With its branching storyline and multiple endings, The Quarry emphasizes player choice and consequence, offering a suspenseful experience reminiscent of classic horror films. The game is known for its high-quality graphics and cinematic presentation, which enhances the overall sense of immersion and terror. The Dead Space remake brings the classic 2008 sci-fi horror game back to life with modern graphics and updated mechanics. Set aboard a derelict space mining ship, the USG Ishimura, players take on the role of Isaac Clarke, an engineer battling grotesque alien creatures called necromorphs. The remake maintains the original's intense atmosphere, strategic dismemberment combat, and terrifying sound design, while enhancing visuals and controls to provide an even more immersive and frightening experience. Prey is a first-person action-adventure game set in an alternate future aboard the space station Talos the Fawn. Players assume the role of Morgan Yu, a scientist who must survive an outbreak of hostile alien entities known as the Typhon. The game combines elements of horror, exploration, and RPG mechanics, allowing players to customize their abilities and weapons to overcome various challenges. The eerie atmosphere and unpredictable threats create a constant sense of tension and dread, making Prey a standout in the horror genre. Bloodborne is an action RPG from the creators of the Dark Souls series. Set in the gothic, nightmarish city of Yharnam, players take on the role of a hunter, battling grotesque beasts and eldritch horrors while uncovering the city's dark secrets. Known for its punishing difficulty, fast-paced combat, and deeply atmospheric world, Bloodborne offers a unique blend of horror and action. The game's Lovecraftian themes and intricate lore add depth to the haunting experience. Phasmophobia is a co-op psychological horror game that has taken the gaming world by storm. In this game, you and up to 3 other players assume the roles of ghost hunters, using various equipment to investigate haunted locations and gather evidence of paranormal activity. The game features realistic graphics, immersive audio, and a wide variety of ghost types, each with unique behaviors and characteristics. The thrill of Phasmophobia comes from its unpredictable ghost encounters and the need for teamwork to survive, making it a must-play for fans of the horror genre. Silent Hill 2 is often regarded as one of the greatest horror games ever made, and the upcoming remake has fans eagerly awaiting its release. The game follows James Sunderland as he searches for his deceased wife in the eerie town of Silent Hill. The remake promises to deliver the same psychological horror and deep narrative as the original, with updated graphics and gameplay mechanics. The story of Silent Hill 2 is haunting and emotional, exploring themes of guilt, loss, and redemption. The town of Silent Hill is a character in itself, with its foggy streets and nightmarish creatures creating an atmosphere of constant dread. The Silent Hill 2 remake is set to reintroduce this classic to a new generation of players, and we can't wait to see how it brings this chilling story to life. And that concludes our list of the 10 scariest horror games you need to play. Each of these games offers a unique and terrifying experience that will keep you up at night. If we missed any of your favorite horror games, let us know in the comments and we might include them in a future video. Don't forget to subscribe and join our Discord community for more awesome gaming recommendations. Thanks for watching and happy gaming!